Wanted to show you this one. This one has a very interesting life cycle. What we're looking at here is a fungus that is called Gymnosporangium juniperi virginiae. And so this is a fungus that has a life cycle where it spends part of its cycle on this tree here. This is eastern red cedar, Juniperus virginiana, hence the name of the fungus. And so it will form these structures here that are called galls on this eastern red cedar. And what it is waiting for now is for some relatively warm rains. When we get a nice warm rain, these galls are going to develop some strange structures that look kind of like gelatinous horns that are going to emerge from this. And so when that happens, these gelatinous horns are going to create a fungal spore called a teleospore. And then the teleospore is going to germinate into another form that is called a basidiospore. Once we get to that point, the basidiospores will travel on the wind. They'll be released and the wind will carry them to the next part of their life cycle, which is apple trees or malus. So we have a lot of apple trees in that general direction. That's also, by the way, the direction of the prevailing winds. So these basidiospores will be picked up by the wind. They will be moved to the next host in their life cycle, apple trees. And these basidiospores, if they land on a wet apple leaf, they will infect them. A few weeks later, they will develop spermatia structures that will be released in kind of a sticky fluid that attracts insects. So insects come to this fluid, they will carry these spermatia to other infected apple trees, and so this is the part of the life cycle where we have sexual reproduction. Up to now it's been asexual. When these spermatia are added to other infected apple trees, then we see a new structure develop. It actually grows down through the dorsal or upper side of the leaf down to the ventral or lower side. And then later in the summer, we will have what are called aciospores. Acidium means a cup-shaped structure, so these are released from a cup-shaped structure. The aciospores are going to be released from the apple trees and then carried back to eastern red cedars via the wind. So the wind is going to help those disperse, and this is going to complete our life cycle. So they will be carried back to eastern red cedars. They will infect those trees if they can and produce these galls. Next spring we'll see galls appear, and then with warm rains we'll see the gelatinous horns appear and go through the cycle all over again.